Hello, everybody. Shalisa here with Employee Speech. Feeling a little sicky, so I sound crazy. Yeah, I hope everyone is living this blessed life and being amazing. Today, I just want to jump in and give you a short review of Jonathan McReynolds-Make. So, I have known, I don't know which direction I'm taking this show in. I feel like it started off as like book reviews, but now it's probably going to be how books shape me and define who I am. But yeah, Jonathan McReynolds is a gospel artist. He Grammy award-winning, multiple award-winning gospel artist, and I heard about him first because, how can I explain this? God, please give me the words. I've always had a relationship with God. I've always talked to him. He's always been there. When I was younger, we would go to church a lot, and I remember my teenage years, I just was wild, and I was like hanging out and smoking and drinking and just not wanting, you know, I knew he was there and I called on him when I needed him, but it wasn't a daily thing. And the older I got, and when trouble came my way, that's who I cried out to. So now he is everything. God is everything. He is, sometimes I don't have the words. And this is a journey. And when I was young, I always thought that being a Christian, mind you, I don't even really use that, like, oh, I'm a Christian. I always say I have a relationship with God. I have a connection to God. Because I don't know what being a Christian means yet. I'm not there yet. I don't know what, you know, you can be in church your whole life and not have a relationship with God. You just show up. So I always say I have a connection to God. I have a relationship with God. I just want to know him. And when I was younger, I thought being a Christian meant that I would be bored and life would be boring and everything would suck and it was gray and I had to walk this perfect line. I had to be perfect and I couldn't drink and I couldn't smoke and I couldn't cuss. And if I didn't do it right, God would throw me away. And I always thought, like, oh my God, being a Christian is impossible because God is going to throw me away if I don't do everything correctly. And the more I read the Bible, the more I talked to God out loud, the more I was honest with him, because he already knows, but what you speak with your mouth, like, you need to say it. So I just said, you know, this is where my struggle is. This is what I'm having trouble with. I'm not perfect. And ever since I started doing that, just reading and talking and speaking and writing, he changed my life. And I will not apologize for that. That was the greatest gift. By grace through faith, we are saved, and that was the greatest gift. And I'm not there. I'm not perfect. Still have wine. But by walking with him, I'm learning that he will do it. And the more you try to do things yourself and not rely on him and not lean on him, the more they don't work. I spent my whole life trying to do things myself and they never worked. Only recently have just things been coming quicker and just... And when I say things, I don't mean material things. I'm talking about inside things. I'm talking about peace and joy and just happiness. I never had a joy like I have now. And with that, there will be attacks, and people will, most of my attacks come from people saying, oh, you don't need to do that. You're happy because you create your happiness. I don't. He gives it to me. He shows it to me. You know what I'm saying? So, and he's building me, he's giving me strength and all these things. And I'm just saying this to say that maybe there is somebody who was just like, in order to have a relationship with God, I gotta be perfect. No, he wants your dirtiness, he wants your dirt, he wants all of that. And it felt so good to have other young people like Jonathan McReynolds and Pastor Michael Todd, and just God introduced me to just all these people who are like from my generation, talk the way I talk, say nah, and you know what I'm saying. And it's just like it's almost like a reflection. And thinking back from when I thought that Christian had to be this gray thing, and that I thought it would be no fun. Honestly, I was just like, having a relationship with God, I'm not even gonna have a good time. We had a good time at. And people like Jonathan McReynolds and Corin, oh, I love her, and Pastor Michael Todd, and they're just so young, and Travis Green, and they're just so full of life, and we have the same struggles. And they have struggles. So back to the book. They have struggles. Like, Jonathan talks about just how like it's hard for him, like when he's on the road, to read his word, and how sometimes he don't consult God. And I'm not glorifying the mess up. I'm not glorifying, oh, sometimes he messes up. It just, it felt like, oh my God, I'm not alone. Somebody else knows the struggle. God is not asking us to be perfect. He's just asking for a relationship, and he wants your heart. He wants your mind. That's what he wants. And it felt good to see that these people who are Christians, who are, you know, these top gospel artists and who are influencers, they're not perfect in their relationship with God. And he blesses them, and he takes care of them. And he blesses them so much that they are able to show us and teach us that we all are going to fall, or we may fall often, but because of his grace, we can get back up. And it's so beautiful. And he just talked about how making room, like just making room for God in your everyday life. And that is where I struggle now, because we work and we need money. And I just be like, God, I'm trying to fit you in. And I shouldn't be trying to fit him in. Like, he is everything. So it should be me creating my world around him. In this book, it talks about his life, Jonathan McReynolds' life, but most of all, it just talks about like making room for God in your everyday. And it's a process, and it won't happen overnight, but it just felt good. And I know I probably look terrible, feel terrible, but I promise you, there is a joy on the inside that one day the Lord will give me the words to explain what it feels like. So, yeah, I love this book. It gets, let me tell you why I gave 4 stars from it, because it's very short. Like, I wanted it to be just so much more. Maybe he got another book, I don't know. But I love you guys. Yeah, talk to God out loud. I love you. Nobody told you they love you. I love you. And read till you can't read no more. Self-education is beautiful. And I shall see you again.